What is up, guys? It is the day before race day. I'm outside right now watching the sunrise and I'm feeling super excited. So today's video is going to be another race day vlog. I'm going to UF tomorrow to race the 1500. I'm super excited. I just got off of a call with my dad, kind of talking over my race plan, but today is all about preparing and getting ready for the race, so it's gonna be a hot one. I'm gonna bring a cooler and some towels and gonna stay warm, or not warm, I'm gonna stay cool. But I think I'm actually gonna use the heat to my advantage. Instead of seeing it as something that is gonna hurt my performance, it's something that everyone has to run in, so we are going to prepare for it. But right now I'm working through kind of like my race plans, my nutrition plans. I'm working through my race day journal that I always do, so I want to take you guys through that. But this morning we are just watching the sunrise. It is beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful day, and today is also pre-meet, so I'll have a 40-minute run, some 200s in my spikes, and then I'll do weights after that, plus a bunch of mobility work. So I'm feeling so excited. I have big goals for tomorrow, and my sister goes to UF, so she's gonna come watch me race. But yeah, I'm so excited. You guys know the drill. We're getting started on my race day journal for UF relays. I have all of my Sharpies and my sticky notes. So last race I did a pretty good journal. I was really happy with it, other than I forgot to do my race day check-ins, which is a super important part of my journal. But I did hit my B goal, which is super exciting. For the time trial, I didn't hit any of my A, B, or C goals, but I was still really happy with how it went. But yeah, now we're gonna kind of make some more A, B, and C goals for UF relays. We're gonna go through my race plan. We are going to make some mantras, and then we're going to write some confidence boosters. I like writing a note card that just kind of talks about my gratitude as well. I usually will write out a pretty in-depth description of the race and kind of visualize it in that way, but we're gonna work on this now. It'll take me probably 30 minutes to do. I like making it really cutesy, and I will use this on race day. I've finished up my race plan. I have my A, B, and C goals, my mantras written down, so I'll take you guys through it a little bit. My A goal for this race is 7:28. I'm sorry, 4:28. Please do not run a 7:28. So that would be 71 and a half per lap, which I think is really possible. I'd have to take 5 seconds off of last race, but looking at my lap splits, I think it is possible if I really focus on the second and third lap, because that's where I fell off the pace a little bit more. And then if I'm able to drop the hammer the last lap, I can make up a lot more time. So that is a part of my race plan. B goal would be running a 4:30. I would be super happy with that. Ideally if I could dip right under 4:30, but that would be around 72 per lap, which I think is super possible. And then my C goal is always improving, so just making an improvement from last race and going that sub 4:33, which I think just from the perspective of I have more experience from last race, I can do that. So the lap 1 goal is 110 to 111, which sounds a little bit fast, but I was talking to my dad and we were if we're aiming for a 111 and we go 112, that's going to make the rest of the race kind of hard. So, let's push it the first lap. And then the second lap, I would really ideally want to go a 112 or a 111 again. I think 112 is probably more reasonable, but that would take me through at a 223 to 224. I'd be happy with those. I ran a 225 the first time, yes, last week. I ran a 225, which was pretty good, because that's that's 450 pace. Yeah, so obviously slow down a little bit the third lap, but if we can go through in 224, I'd be super happy with that. 223 would be a little bit better. And then for lap 3, I wrote 338 to 340 because last race I went 342. So honestly, kind of want to go a little faster than that. If we could hit a 336, I think that would be good. But the biggest part of my plan is to make my move with 500 to go. I did that last time, and it helps with like the third lap problem, which is where your third lap's a little bit slower. So instead of having like a 1:15 third lap, I had a 1:14, which isn't too bad. And then the last 400, I really want to drop the hammer, and I'm honestly just hoping that there's people in my race that really push me. It's a really competitive race, and I'm just gonna like take every challenge, especially with like the last 500 to go, last 600 to go. And even on lap 3, I think I want to push myself a little bit more. Some strategy things. So the first lap, I want to get a good position. I am honestly pretty good about that. I never really find myself like not getting a good position. And if I do, I'll literally just go out to lane 2 and like do it. I don't really care. So the plan is to go with the front pack, be relaxed the first lap. I felt really relaxed in the first lap of my last race, and going through in 1:11 did not feel bad whatsoever. So that's the plan again, is just to relax, but be strong and bouncy. Know the race starts at lap 2. And then lap 2, I'm gonna put a surge in, not at the 400 mark, but at like 500 meters into the race, so that I can make sure I stay on pace for my 800. And if like any familiar faces, like people I know, come up on me on lap 2, I'll go with them. Like it doesn't matter. I've been training myself to like not get discouraged when that happens, but to see it as a really good thing, because it's like, okay, they're gonna pick me up from the pace that I'm on and help me run better. And last time people passed me and I stayed with them, kept them within reach, and then I was able to pass them. So I never really see that as a bad thing. So yeah, I wrote 222 to 224 in here. I think 223, 224 is our sweet spot. And then lap 3, I told myself you can make a big difference here. Dig into the pain. I'm hoping there's going to be someone that I can hold on to and just like clip off of. And then I told myself to go with any moves, especially if it's someone I know, who I practice with, or just someone who I'm like, I can go with them. And then with 500 to go, that is when I make my move. And that helps again with the third lap problem, but it also just helps like you make a move before anyone else starts making one, and it helps you get ahead. And then the last 400, it's always hard to do this at the end of the race because you're tired, but I want to drop the hammer. Like I want to look at it like this is a 400 meter rep, and I want to do it relaxed. Like I want to start thinking in my head like, okay, let's start cycling, let's start picking it up. I'm hoping that'll happen a little bit naturally, where someone will push me and we can really just like go together. But then I was like, I wrote on here, think about my teammate who dropped a 106 last 400. Like it's possible. People, do it even when they're tired. And I remember like last race, I just had so much energy at the end. So I think I can push myself a little bit harder. And then the last 200, just like last even 250, get on my toes, sprint towards the very end. And then I'm going to finish hard. I celebrated a little bit last time because I was just so excited. But this time we're going for time. We are going for just like absolute, every single millisecond counts. So we're going to finish as hard as we possibly can, get to the line as fast as we can. But that's the plan. So I also wrote down some mantras, and I wrote down just some confidence boosters, and I wrote down just a little bit of gratitude. So we are very excited, feeling ready. The bells are ringing at the church because it just turned 8 o'clock, but that's the race day plan. We're gonna go to Walmart today to pick up some groceries for race day. But yeah, I just want to take you guys through that. Packing up for race day now. The uniform for this week is the black singlet, which I'm a fan of. Even though it's going to be hot, I actually think this is going to be cooler than the ribbed garnet one, just because it's like a different material. So this is the race day uniform, and then of course we are wearing the buns, and I'm also going to bring this hat just because I need to stay cool. I've never worn this hat before, but I'm going to wear it pre-race, not during the race. I don't even know if that's allowed, but yeah, they sent out our travel gear, so I was just like looking at that, packing, and then I have a list on my computer of all the stuff that I have to pack as well, so we're gonna do that. All right, I just went to the grocery store and restocked, but I also got some things for the race tomorrow. So I got this cooler, a couple bags of ice that I'm gonna throw in there, these cooling towels that are really cool, and I'm hoping they're actually cool, like cold, but I think those will work really well. And then I've got these 2 thermoses I'm gonna pack some food in. I already had this neck pillow, and then of course I'm bringing some run gum. So Feeling super prepared for the race. Now I have a couple of hours before practice just to do homework, so I'm gonna do that. And then after practice, I think a little bit more homework and then we're race ready, so I'm excited. Good morning, guys. I just woke up. It is 4:54 a.m. and I'm gonna start my morning with some electrolytes and a bunch of water. Alright, I totally forgot to do my mobility last night, but I am going to do it this morning. So I always start by rolling my feet with a lacrosse ball, and then I'll do a little bit of rolling and then a couple other movements that I'll show you guys. Roll my calves, my quads, my hammies, and then I've started rolling my back recently and I really like that. Sometimes I like taking the lacrosse ball and I'll like roll the insides of my shin and that feels really good, or I'll kind of roll down near like my Achilles and it just gets into those little areas. But I guess I'll talk while I'm down here rolling. I feel super excited for today. I feel just like a lot of gratitude for where I'm at. You know, I feel like I would go into a lot of cross races and feel really crappy, like my body wouldn't feel good, so I have to deal with that on top of, you know, mentally prepping to really push myself. But now it's just like I get to go out there and I get to push myself, and it's really fun. Like I'm genuinely really excited just to see what I can do. And there's obviously going to be like stressful parts of it, not even the race, just like the traveling portion, but I feel very excited and just grateful. You know, I get to go travel with like my team in college. Like what? I'm so excited. So feeling good. But now that I'm on my back, this is my favorite part. I'm also going to take my morning supplements. I take creatine and calcium in the morning. Guys, I am so happy my scooter turned on. She is back. I think she just overheated, but thank God I don't have to walk everywhere. All right, drank all the water, and now we're gonna make some breakfast. All right, here's breakfast number one. We've got some avocado toast and turkey, and this is gonna give me some good fats, carbs, protein, and I'll probably have some oatmeal and maybe an apple before we load up on the bus. All right, now we are meal prepping some potatoes for the road. All right, everything is packed and ready. I've got all of my food in here, all of my like bands, run gum, rolling stuff in there, change of clothes, whatever. And then now it's time to get ready. I have my cooling towels in here. I'm waiting for this ice to kind of melt, and I have another bag that I may throw in there as well. But now we're gonna do the hair, we're gonna put the uniform on, we're gonna do the makeup, and we're going to go drive over and load up onto the bus.
Just remember the gun. Thank you.
This is the first heat of the women's 1,500 meters. Mary Matt Collins of Auburn, Penelope Sosa of UCF, Lindy White of Florida State, Emmy Simon of Maryland, Anna Markovina of North Florida, Ava Wyant of Florida, Sophie Boyce of Georgia Tech, Lily Schlossberg of East Carolina, Gabrielle Schmidt competing unattached, Olivia Newald of Florida State, Lorena Barkovich of Florida International, Kendall Hughes of UCF, Macy Thornton of Georgia Tech, and Natalie Varela of Miami Elite Track Club. The leading time in the NCAA set by Margot Appleton, the All-American from Virginia, at 4:05.68. She established that time at the Rally Relays on March 27. 4:05.68. That is the leading time in the NCAA. Natalie Varela, 52.92 at the 300-meter mark. Coming through around 71 seconds at the 400 meters. Natalie Varela, Anna Markovina, Lily Schlossberg, Kendall Hughes. And on the home straightaway, Natalie Varela still leading the pack. Lily Strasburg of East Carolina in second. And Anna Markovina, the Osprey from North Florida, in third. Now Olivia Newell of Florida State.
Where is she? She's third.
And Natalie Varela did her job as the pace setter. Lily Schlossberg of East Carolina, Anna Markovino of North Florida, Olivia Newell of Florida State, Gabrielle Schmidt competing unattached, and Penelope Sosa of UCF. And we have a tight field coming into the home straightaway.
Come on, Livy! You got this! Keep it up! Keep going, Livy!
Now moving into first position, Penelope Sosa of UCF.
Eyes up, Lindy! Let me go!
And Gabrielle Schmidt competing unattached, now moving into first. Sosa of UCF in second. Gabrielle Schmidt now with a 20-meter lead over the chase field. Penelope Sosa of UCF, the junior, in second. 200 meters to go for Gabrielle Schmidt. And into the home straightaway, Gabrielle Schmidt competing unattached. And we have a great battle for second.
Come on, Livy! You got this! Keep pushing, Livy!
It looks like Ava Ryan to Florida.
Alright guys, I'm on my cool down. This is right after a phone call with my mom, but in all honesty, I'm a little disappointed. Not with how I raced, but with the time. They had a pacer for us, and she was going 112s. So I stayed with her for the first lap. We went through 111, which was my race plan, and then the second lap went through 224. So very similar to last race, just went 111, 113, and then even came through the third lap in 340, which was 2 seconds faster than last week. And I led the first two, led a good bit of the three, started making my move with 500 to go, and I guess I just died the last 300. I let a lot of people pass me, and I'm like upset with myself for not going with them, but I think I was like just so gassed. Not that that's an excuse, but you know, it was tough. I'm feeling disappointed with the time and with the fact that like I know at least 433 Fitness is there, but I couldn't get it out today, and I feel like there's even a lot more in there, and it is disappointing, but there was a lot of good in the race. Like, I learned a lot, and I got to experience what it's like to make a lot of tactical errors, so I'm gonna learn from that. But I saw my sister after, which was good. Debriefed with my mom, and yeah, I'm gonna use it as motivation, like to keep getting, you know, better, because if a bad day is 4:38, then you know, we'll take that and we'll just keep improving from there. But that's my like immediate post-race thoughts, and yeah, we're just gonna keep working hard, but we're not gonna be too hard on ourselves, and we're definitely gonna look at the race once I have like a more clear head and see what I can do better in the future, especially tactically. But I think overall it was a pretty neutral day, not a bad day, not devastating, and you have to have these races to learn. Also, I didn't get much film before because I was so locked in, and I also saw my high school coach, which was great, so I'm gonna try and find him. But I have about a mile and a half left on my cool down, and I'll check in with you guys later.
We're home. It is 11:23, which is far past my bedtime. I did get a good like 1 hour nap on the bus, but in full transparency, I had made this whole video, edited it, was ready to just post it. It's in my drafts right now, but I think this is an important segment to add at the end of the video, as I was just having more post-race thoughts. And I think the main thing that I want to take away from this experience, there's a couple things. First off, I am so grateful for all of it, for everything that comes with the running, the good, the bad. There's always going to be a mix of both, and I'm just so grateful that I have this opportunity to pursue what I love doing at this level. I'm grateful for my health, and I'm grateful for everything that I've been given and the fact that I get to pursue this path. The second thing is that I am so much more than my accomplishments. I am so much more than the times that I run and the things that I achieve in school, in running, in life. I think that I was having a good conversation with my sister, and it's really easy to get tied up with your identity in running, and I think maybe some of you guys can resonate with that, whether it's running or another area of your life where you just feel so tied to it that when you don't perform in that area, you feel really disappointed. And I'm glad that I feel disappointed in this race because it shows that I care. But I also have a lot of other things in my life that make me really happy and really are fulfilling and make me a whole human being. And I think that that's why I'm okay after this race. Like, it wasn't devastating, and even if it had been, if I had bombed the race, I still would have, you know, people that support me, people that love me, because they see me for more than just an athlete. So that's just like an important message that I wanted to leave this video with. Yes, I'm someone with big goals. I want to accomplish so much more in this sport. I want to accomplish so much more in just this life that I get to live, because I'm so blessed to be in the position that I am, where I get to pursue opportunities with my education, with running, with social media. I love this YouTube. It's such a creative outlet for me, and I just wanted to end this video with that message of gratitude, but also finding value in yourself as a human being outside of your achievements and the things that are written on paper, and in the happiness that you find in the little things in life, that you find in the people around you, that you find in the way that you treat others and the way that you live your life. And I think there is so much value to that. It's something I'm still learning, but I think that's a big lesson from today. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate every single one of your support so much. It means a lot to me, and I'm really excited that I get to share my journey, no matter how big or how small my accomplishments are, and just to have people that are interested in that, or, you know, support me in what I do. It means a lot to me. So thank you again for watching this video, and I am going to take a nice shower and a long nap. So thanks again, guys.